please introduce yourself?
I'm Tim Probst. I'm the state representative from the 17th District, of course, Clark County and East Vancouver.
You had your town hall meeting last weekend. How'd it go?
It was incredible. We had standing room only crowd on a rainy Saturday morning, and it really spoke to citizenship in our part of the world. A lot of people were there, engaged, incredibly well informed, and it was very helpful. I also noticed that there were a lot of different opinions in the room, and people were very respectful with each other. There wasn't any finger pointing or yelling. It was a very good public dialogue, and just the reason I got involved in this. So it was very rewarding for me.
What did you start the meeting talking about?
Well, I really began talking about why I got into this, and my wife and I talked it over beginning in 2004 and 2005. We've got 4 young kids. Should we wait till the kids are grown before getting involved in politics? Should we wait until we're retired? And both my wife and I decided, I should really do this now, because back then we were worried about our economy and about our education system. I was worried in 2004 and 2005 that our economy was something of a house of cards and that it might not last. And the education system, of course, is critically important both for our society and for our economy. And so being involved now and being a freshman now is very rewarding for me, and I feel very privileged to be able to take part at a critical time in our state's history.
What was the most asked about subject?
Well, there were quite a few topics covered. Education was clearly a main question, but the economy and the budget were major issues also. We passed out a graph there that showed this recession compared to the last few large recessions, and it's orders of magnitude larger. You see the lines going like this in past recessions and just dropping off the end of the chart. For this recession, we are in a serious situation, and it's only beginning. That's not upbeat news, but we need to realize that and deal with it effectively right now. And we talked a lot about that at the town hall. And the budget situation at the state level. There were a few people who asked about the piece of the budget that they're most interested in. But an important issue is that we're looking at an $8 to $9 billion budget hole. That's much more than the size of the entire higher education system. So if you close down every university and every community college in the state, we would still have billions and billions more cuts to make. So it's important for everybody to realize the scope that we're looking at here, and that this is one of those times when you ask yourself, how am I going to sacrifice, as opposed to how am I going to make sure my thing wins. We've got to be in this one together.
Can you give us a quick update on where your bills are at after the cutoff deadline?
Well, the bills did well in the House. I had 3 key priorities. Jobs in the solar industry for people in Clark County, because that's an industry that's growing by leaps and bounds. It's set to triple in the next 10 years. Opportunity internships, giving high schoolers internships in real-world business places locally so that they build a work ethic and move up. And then that's coupled with a plan to give them scholarships and an interview after they complete their post-secondary training. Very key pipeline issue for businesses locally, as well as very good for the high school students. And then the third one is about bringing in some of the federal funding that's available now for green jobs training and for developing jobs in energy efficiency. And all 3 of those did pass the House. 2 of them were quite controversial, but we did have bipartisan votes on all 3. And so now we are trying our best to get them through the Senate.
How can your constituents get in contact with you?
Always contact me, please. In fact, a lot of constituents are really taking me up on that and calling and emailing and finding that I respond. So please use the contact information on the screen and call me anytime.